And Mr. Lynch, is this a negotiated plea?
I have non-negotiated on Pat,
It's non-negotiated? Okay, no problem. I just wanted to verify.
unless y'all change your mind.
Probably should be.
Mr. Pack, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on 2025 CR 03043 for criminal trespass. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Lynch is with you. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Guilty, Your Honor.
By entering a plea of guilty, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Mr. Pack?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On March the 7th, 2025, officers was flagged down by the store clerk at Piedmont, which is a store inside of the mall at 6230. I'm sorry, a store inside of the airport, excuse me, Your Honor, which is located at 6234 Spine Road. Officers did make contact with the defendant, who had previously been cited a criminal trespassing warning from the airport. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 180 days, balance suspended, do not return to the airport unless there's official business. The reason for that, Your Honor, within the last 4 years, as recent as November the 13th, 2024, the defendant has a extended history for criminal trespass. In addition, Your Honor, he has an open case, January 27, 2025, for felony obstruction and criminal trespass.
At the airport also?
It doesn't say the location, Your Honor, when I'm looking at the criminal history. The GCIC doesn't specify. It just states it's Atlanta Police Department from January the 27th, 2025. He has another open case from December the 12th, 2024 for possession of drug-related objects and criminal trespass.
Mr. Lynch, any concerns with Mr. Pack? He's been here before.
Judge, I've spoken to Mr. Pack. I do have some concerns, however, they're not with the issue of competency. I believe that he certainly, I do not believe there's issues with competency.
Can I talk to you too?
You can, but I don't necessarily advise it.
I would just like to say that the reason I went to the airport this previous time is I heard a terroristic attack, a loud explosion. One guy ran off as soon as the explosion went off, and I ran off too. I wanted to get around a secure facility where I knew I would be safe. That's why I went there. I just would like to say that. And also, I have an April 11th court date with Fulton County. So,
Okay, so Mr. Pack, I understand your thinking with respect to wanting to be someplace safe.
there was a loud explosion. This one guy ran off. I ran off too. Some type of terroristic attack downtown.
Okay, but sir, you cannot go back to the airport unless you have business on that date. Okay,
I was in fear for my life. I didn't mean to go there. I was in fear for my life.
I got you. Like I said, I understand the reason that you say you went to the airport. However, I told you not to go to the airport the last 2 times you were in front of me. So, Mr. Lynch, you said this is non-negotiated. What's the non-negotiated part?
Well, we had Judge, I would just ask you to consider 90 to 120 days rather than the full 6 months that the state's asking for.
Well, he's not going to spend the whole time because the jail is crowded and the sheriff is letting folk out with these kind of charges. But I am going to sentence him to the whole time because Mr. Pack is not listening to me and he keeps going back to the airport. So I'll accept his plea of guilty. I'll sentence him to 12 months to serve 180 days. Balance will be suspended as long as he does not go back to the 6234 Spine Road, Atlanta, Georgia, the Clayton County, the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport.
So how many days do I have to do left over?
I'll give him credit for since the date of lockup. All right, you can go back, Mr. Pack. All right, and the last case, and I believe on the remaining female is Samantha Orange.
All right, I'll go ahead and pause it there. So he goes to the airport because he heard a loud boom and thought it was a terrorist attack, and so he had to race to the airport because he needed to be in a safe place. That's the craziest kooky shit I've ever seen. Oh, okay. The one time I'm not muted, I said something I should have said. Okay. All right, that's the way it goes. All right. Hey everybody, welcome to American Courts. Thank you for coming out. It's Sunday night, getting ready for Monday, getting ready for the week. Got a good crowd in the chat room already. Y'all having fun. Thank you so much again. We've got Judge Fleischer, we got some more Judge Hayward, and I got some magistrate court. I threw up the video a little earlier, but this gives the people that don't check on the videos to a chance to see it. Yep, I see that message, Fozzie. I know. I should have thought about the language. I forgot Nan was in the room. All right, let's go to magistrate court.
Count 1 alleges that you did willfully and maliciously destroy or injure an interior fire-rated door window, the personal property of Stadium North Apartments, and the amount of the destruction or injury was $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. That is contrary to law. It is a felony. Maximum penalty 5 years and or $10,000 or 3 times the amount of destruction. Let me finish.
Stop talking over the judge, please. Thank you.
The amount of the destruction or injury was $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. That is also contrary to law, a felony. Maximum penalty 5 years and or $10,000 or 3 times the amount of destruction or injury, whichever is greater. Do you understand the charge and the maximum penalty?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, we're going to get you a court-appointed attorney for this matter as well. The probable cause conference and the preliminary exam are the same dates as before, April 11th and April 17th, both at 8:30 a.m. with Judge Simmons. If you have access to Zoom, you can appear for that probable cause conference by Zoom. If you don't have access to Zoom, you have to appear in person for both of those hearings. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, we have then one more file. This is a complaint alleging on or about March 28th, 2025 at 500 East Saginaw, City of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan. The charge alleges that you did, while Quality Dairy was open to the public, steal property of the store that was offered for sale. Don't interrupt. That was offered for sale at a price of less than $200. That is contrary to law. That is a misdemeanor, and that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine, or 3 times the value difference in price of property stolen, obtained, or attempted to be obtained, whichever is greater. So do you understand that charge and maximum penalty? Do you understand the charge and the maximum penalty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're also going to get you an attorney on this, and we're going to enter a not guilty plea for you. Your pretrial date is set for April 14th. That's a different date than the other two hearings. So it's April 14th, 10 o'clock a.m. with Judge Kristen Simmons, and you should have that notice with the Zoom instructions also. Do you have that?
Do, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, that's everything that I have. Mr. Hardy, if you would address bond, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Ms. Clement is someone who has lived here her entire life. So she does have deep ties to the community. I would say that regarding any type of criminal history that she may have, I would say that it's more so with property crimes, and she has not shown herself to be a particularly violent person or someone who is prone to criminal thinking. So with that, I'll just be requesting a PR bond at this time.
All right, thank you. So you are on probation in this court, is that right, Ms. Clemens?
No, Your Honor. I was, but I'm not
Okay.
anymore on the list.
Okay, all right, thank you.
No, Your Honor.
I just wait for her. She wakes up in a second.
About the safety of the public. We have not one, but we have two felonies involving alleged
Your Honor, I can run this
malicious
country from
destruction.
jail. I can run this nation from jail. I have no.
Okay. And we're gonna go back.
I've been third in the
We're not done yet.
I'm a third in the country's notes. I'm a third in the country's notes. I have NORAD. I have NORAD. NORAD for U.S. Pacific Fleet.
Okay.
NORAD. U.S.
Okay.
Pacific Fleet. NORAD. U.S. Pacific
Okay.
Fleet. I can
Ms.
kill
Clement,
you
I
all.
cannot grant
I can kill
you
all.
a PR bond. You can go ahead and take her back. It's gonna be a 5,000 minimum, 10% on each of these, with a CATS evaluation and CMH if possible. Do you have anything else, Mr. Hardy?
No, that'll be it, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So on the retail fraud, it is a 5,000, 10% CATS evaluation. Must be performed prior to any release. To ensure defendant's safety and public safety.
I'll go ahead and mute them and just let you guys know what was going on. She said something about she could run the country from the jail cell and something about NORAD and a few other things. So she obviously needs some help. I think what was funny was if we look back on the video, I'll back it up a few minutes. You can see the deputies back there just sitting there talking with each other, having a good old time, and then they waited till she acted up before they started waking up. So everybody in that room was asleep for a while. Yep, absolutely, Kimby. She needs a Snickers bar. Absolutely. All right, so let's jump over to another Judge Hayward one. She had one where she got to talk to a guy and got to give him some good life advice.
So Mr. Dixon is coming out, and he has 3 cases. Is that correct? Is there anything outstanding? Anything else we need to worry about?
No, Judge. No.
All right. Does he have any felonies that that are pending or that we need to that he's worried about?
Judge, he was recently sentenced to 5-year first offender probation for a case involving the same victim here. So he will be under supervision, felony probation for the next 5 years. It's my understanding, but there's nothing pending.
All right. Okay, Mr. Dixon, come forward, sir. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Dixon, you're before the court on case 2024 CR 0217 for Raekwon Lamar Monte Dixon. You're represented by Owen Lynch, who's with the law firm of Lister, Hope, and Dennis. Mr. Lynch, your client is charged with simple battery, family violence, and simple battery. What does he plead on the offenses on this case?
Judge, he pleads guilty to count 1, count 2 should merge.
Okay. Mr. Dixon, you are also before the court on case 2025 CR 00537 for criminal trespass and simple battery. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plea?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that case number, Judge?
2025 CR 00537.
For criminal trespass, Judge, he pleads guilty.
And for a simple battery?
So this is a confusion I'm having because the accusation that I have on this only has criminal trespass listed.
All right, Ms. Ponder, can you clear that up for me? It's 2025 CR 00537.
Apologize against one down. I just have, Your Honor, criminal trespass for that one. I want to verify.
Ms. Wright?
I have an accusation filed January 17th, 2025.
Yes, ma'am. I have criminal trespass and simple battery on this case. Can you check and see what's in the computer so we don't have a floating charge that doesn't get addressed? Yes, ma'am. All right.
2025 CR.
And that
Your
is
Honor, I
the
believe
case.
the accusation was amended on February the 7th of 2025.
Okay. What do you have, Ms. Wright?
My computer's slow. Give me just one moment, please.
No problem. And this is the one ending in 00537.
Yeah, but this is
CPU 8 is showing both charges for that
Yes.
case.
So I'm willing to no process per y'all agreed per your agreement, but what I don't want is a charge that's floating out there. So I have criminal trespass and simple battery. So what are y'all doing with the simple battery?
Your Honor, if I could just have one moment, please.
It's not necessarily a sticking point for us, Judge. The accusation I'm reading doesn't have it listed. That's my only issue.
No, I get that. I don't have a problem with that. What I'm saying to you is if it appears on my calendar, I want to ensure that we're all on the same page and we're in agreement with what's in the computer so that he doesn't start his sentence and then something else pops up.
Absolutely, Judge. Thank you for that. No, I want to see it. I want to say earlier sent us an accusation for the copy. Yeah, so everything is the same. She's just criminal history other than perhaps traffic offenses consist of charges with Miss Jones. I don't say that to say that makes it okay. I just, other than this relationship with Miss Jones, my client does not have a history of violent offenses or serious criminal offenses of any kind. We had discussed potential defenses in this case. However, the recommendation from the state is what he ultimately decided to do. He has been in custody since November of 24. And so, of course, we ask that he gets all credit for time that he served towards this sentence. He is currently on probation out of Superior Court, Judge. And so we would just ask that he be sentenced as recommended.
Is Ms. Jones gonna offer a statement?
She's asking if Ms. Jones wants to say something.
Good morning, Ms. Jones.
I'm not requiring it. I'm just asking. She's on, so she might, if she's gonna speak, I need to know it before I speak. All right. Does he have the 3 kids with Miss Jones, or did
No,
he
Judge.
bless somebody else with that?
Not my understanding is he does not have any children with Ms. Jones. That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Dixon, move over, Mr. Lynch. Let Mr. Dixon get closer. Mr. Dixon, what in the world? I mean, like, you would think somebody would learn the first time, but you got 4 examples of you and Miss Jones, and you ended up in jail because you can't keep your hands off of somebody. Like, you are a classic walking to the situation where you're gonna end up killing her and your picture gonna be on the news. Because that's what you're setting up. And you would tell anybody who asked, I love her so much. But to me, love is not beating somebody. Not and catching. Listen to me. 4 cases, 1 felony, 3 misdemeanors, all violent, all with the same person. You either got to be like, really, walk away. You don't have any kids with her. You can't love her because you keep beating her. Walk away. Walk away before one of y'all ends up dead. Walk away. Learn from this. You know, in the what? I've been on this bench since 2016. You would be only the 2nd or 3rd person that I have maxed out. The 2nd or 3rd person. Now, whatever your obsession is with Miss Jones, please understand that when I say this, it's not just going to be 12 months. It's 12 months with no contact. If somebody tells me you got a phone conversation with her from the jail, we're going to have a different conversation. And in fact, I feel like one of these should be run consecutive. So I have a little leeway to play with. You are the 3rd person, maybe the 2nd, that I have maxed out. Because you are obsessed with Miss Jones and you don't have enough sense to stay away from her. You violated 2 bond conditions. You picked up the case in 2024 had a bond condition. Don't have any contact with Miss Jones. What do? You have contact with Miss Jones. The first case in 2025, bond condition. What does it say? Don't have contact with Miss Jones. What do? You have contact with Miss Jones. So whatever your obsession is with Miss Jones, you got 12 months to get over it. 12 months. Do you understand? Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I need you to speak up, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're about to spend 12 months in jail because you don't know how to listen. You're about to spend 12 months in jail because you're obsessed with somebody and you don't know how to communicate. You're about to spend 12 months in jail because you think it's all right to pick somebody up and throw them. You're about to spend 12 months in jail not providing for your children, not seeing your children, not being a help to the person who is raising your children, because you're so obsessed with Miss Jones, you can't stop. Sir, everything that you think is good for you ain't. If it's good to you, it might not be good for you. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Because, see, you got this little obsession thing going on, and you think just because afterwards you can say, well, but I love her so much. This is not love. This is obsession. Anybody who risked their life, who risked jail time. And this is not, let me just between me and you, this is not the best time to go to the Clayton County Jail. It's not. The sheriff himself has said they are understaffed. The sheriff himself has said it is dangerous in the jail. The sheriff himself has said that they only have a few COs and deputies who can watch you. So anything can happen to you in the pods. They have already got cases of extortion, murder, aggravated assault, all stemming from the jail. This is the worst time for you to go to the jail, sir. I hope I'm making an impression upon you that your obsession with Miss Jones is going to put you in jeopardy because you got to go to the jail now for 12 months and make your way. Tell me what are you thinking, Mr. Dixon? Tell me why I'm sitting here looking at you with 3 cases and a felony that's already been adjudicated.
We're still here. It's screen's up.
I'm listening.
Can you repeat that for me, please?
At 25, why are you willing to risk your life and repeatedly go back and have contact with Miss Jones?
I wasn't learning that first.
You what?
I wasn't learning that first.
Oh, okay. Because see, your cases came so quick. They didn't get them to me quick enough so I could have revoked that bond. Because I might have been able to stop Miss Jones from getting beat the 3rd time. You was racking them up back to back to back. And I don't know if you think this makes you a big man because you can put your hands on a woman. But as I said, you're putting your hands on a woman. That's the least manly thing that anybody could do. Unless she's an MMA fighter, she ain't competition. So you putting your hands on a woman, that ain't manly. Not at all. That's a punk move. I'm just saying. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You go into the jail with that kind of energy, you ain't gonna survive. So I just want you to know, sir, do not play with me. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go in there, do your time, get Miss Jones off your mind. Do not let me so much as hear a phone conversation. We clear? Or else I'll be talking to the people about your 5-year probation on your felony probation. I'll be writing a letter to that judge. I can do that. Who was he in front of?
Scott.
Oh, nice Judge Scott. Nice, Judge Scott. But when I explained to her how you are obsessed with Miss Jones, and even though I told you not to bother her, you bothered her again, I'm sure that nice Judge Scott will be firm Judge Scott, and she'll give you the 5 years in prison. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't, please, I'm begging you. Get Miss Jones off your mind. One phone call, that's all it's going to take. You have one jail phone call with her, and I'm writing a letter to Judge Scott. If nothing else, to save Miss Jones's life. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And ask your lawyer if I'm serious, because he's been with me a long time. He knows just how serious I am. If I say it, I'm going to do it. All right? So you just go to that jail and be lovesick, but do not reach out to Miss Jones. I'm going to accept your plea to each of these cases, your guilty plea. I'm going to sentence you to 12 months to serve on the case ending in 02178. Count 2 will merge with count 1. I'll sentence you on case 2025 CR 00537 on count 1 criminal trespass, 12 months to serve. Count 2 will be no pros on case 2025 CR 00546, 12 months to serve. Counts 2, 3, and 4 will merge. These cases will all run concurrent with each other. But if you mess up, if I hear even about a phone conversation, I'm writing a letter to the judge who is over your 5-year felony probation. We clear.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office. You're gonna be there a while.
Judge, just to make sure that, I know we've discussed this, but that it's credit for the time that he's already served.
We had this discussion. I'll give him credit since the date of lockdown. But how the sheriff counts it, that's up to him. And the sheriff told us he has about 237 murderers and 750 people who've been accused of attempted murder in the jail, and the jail is overcrowded and understaffed. So there you go, Mr. Dixon.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, we are, I think though.
So I think what I like about that so much is how many times do you think he's had a strong woman like that get on to him like that? He thinks he can just beat on that girl. Fourth time that he's been in jail for it. She gave him a year and told him if he gave a phone call, she'd hit him up for more time. So congratulations on that. But she certainly wasn't putting up with it, and she's telling him about how short staffed the jail is and how many murderers are in that jail. So maybe he'll think about it. I don't think he will though. I think he just assuming that society's against him and it's just a bad situation. He probably thinks he could intimidate her and get her to drop the charges. They tend to do that. So here's a good one with Judge Hayward, and then we'll jump over to Judge Fleischer. So this is a good one with Judge Hayward.
The matter of Miss Riley, I did speak to Mr. Carmichael, and I think that was continued just for her to.
Oh, and I'd be messing up if I didn't say thank you to all the Biggin Raiders. Thank you guys so much. It's awesome to see you guys come over here. A lot of y'all I saw a few hours ago over at Biggins. He was having a lively show. Had some craziness going on over there. So thank you guys for coming over here, and thank you Biggin so much for sending him over this way. Thank you.
Enroll in a GED class, and I believe she's on track with that. So,
all right, Miss Riley, talk to me.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning. Good. How the babies?
They're good.
All right. Now let's talk about you in the GED class. What's going on?
I actually have enrolled in a GED program at the Perry Learning Center.
Good.
Right now I'm at 22 hours, 22 and a half hours. They test you every 45 hours. So once I get up to 45 hours, then I'll be tested again.
Okay.
And you have to make a certain score. Once you get that score, then they give you the green light to go ahead and take the GED test.
All right. So, Miss Riley, let me let you in on something, because it's been a long time way longer for me, but since either of us have been in high school, and a lot of this is what you learn in high school. This is the clue, because I got kids and I have to help with homework. If you are confused about anything, go on YouTube. They explain everything. All you have to do is search, okay, how do I understand this in a simple way, especially with math, and they'll draw you diagrams and draw it out for you. Go on YouTube and let that tutor you if you are ever stuck in a particular situation or with a particular issue, okay?
Okay, so look, the way it's set up, it's not like I take all 4 courses. They only give you one course, and that one teacher, she teaches 2 different courses. So I have language arts right now, and she also teaches us social studies. So once I pass this part of the GED test, then I'll be taking math and science.
Okay, and let me tell you another secret too. Reading is the key to just about everything. And you don't have to read something like history, some historical novel. You can read you a good beach read or romance as long as you're reading, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So start knocking out them books. You can put them on your phone. I read on my phone. Like I got my little app on my phone. I read on my phone. Whenever I have some downtime, whenever I have to stand in line for something, whenever I have to wait for something, I open up my phone and I read. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Read news articles. Read the little pop-ups from the news and any words that you don't understand, because I still do it. Look them up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Ms. Riley, we're going to get you this GED. And then we're going to get you to the next level. I want you to be able to take care of yourself and take care of those babies, and to show them that their mama overcame a whole lot and they should have the same level of perseverance. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm rooting for you, Miss Riley. All right, you continue. I'm gonna go ahead and you just continue on probation at this time and just keep me informed, all right?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
this ain't about the case. This is about Miss Riley becoming the boss woman that she needs to be.
I agree.
All right now. Keep that in mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, so I wanted to throw that one in there. We've got Judge Hayward being inspiring to other people, and knowing dang well that guy is probably done. He's probably already called that girl 2 or 3 times since there. So, he's got to you got to have the good with the bad. Every time you see a judge or a police officer doing their job, you wonder how they do it. Probably this is the reason why you get to help someone every once in a while. Let's look over to Judge Fleischer. Let's look at a few of them from Friday.
You literally pled guilty not 10 days ago, and now you're back again. You now stand charged with the offense of fleeing a police officer. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 20th, 2025, officers were conducting an active patrol at the 15,300 block of Corona Del Mar Drive in Harris County, Texas, and observed a black GMC Sierra traveling at a high rate of speed in a residential neighborhood. The motor vehicle attempted to slow down once they noticed the marked patrol vehicle by hitting the brakes. At that point, the officer observed a defective taillight. The officer quickly turned on emergency lights and sirens to attempt a traffic stop. The motor vehicle failed to signal, making a right-hand turn and continued driving while the officer was behind the vehicle with lights and sirens. The defendant continued driving approximately half a mile at speeds ranging from 10 to 20 miles per hour in a residential neighborhood. The defendant disregarded 2 stop signs. And then
How fast in the residential neighborhood did you say?
Sorry?
How fast?
10 to 20 miles per hour. A defendant disregarded 2 stop signs and then parked his motor vehicle in front of his residence and opened the motor vehicle door. The defendant was then detained. He stated that he was coming home when asked why he did not stop and was identified by his passport.
So no license?
There is no driver's license on file.
Mr. Melendez, you're not allowed to drive. If you do not have a Texas driver license and you don't have liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. I don't care what you need to do in life. If you don't have either, both, and permission from us, do not drive. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Since the 10 days, you put your arms down. Since the last 10 days that you were here, what have you done to change your life? What better have you done?
So, I'm always going to school. Right now, I'm doing a job, Chick-fil-A.
That is now a condition. You must do one of either, in school or a job. I'm going to appoint your lawyer today, and I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks to see what you have done. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. You understand? All right, I'll have you sign a reset. I'm gonna have you take a seat in the jury box. Good morning. Happy Friday. Tell me something nice.
You look pretty today.
Yeah, you look good.
Me too.
This one, we're going to be arguing about bond, but I want to request that the last one be turned off for this one because the corporal, detective corporal from there asked for these facts not be published as much as possible. Obviously, they have a right in terms of the bond part, but he's concerned because of the manner in which they're extraditing, if that's possible for the court.
Okay, so I guess, you want me to turn off now or?
Whenever the argument starts.
What's the last name?
Robinson Frazier. It's a hyphenated last name.
Guys, hey, do you mind bringing out a Robinson Frazier from back there?
Judge, what are we doing with this? Must you come up with?
Oh, is that, Miss Abraham? I'm sending her for a test right now.
She's to come back?
No.
So what are we doing?
So she'll go, whatever the reset, I guess, set for next week. Yeah, whatever next week.
Okay, I'll get you to sign. Oh, yeah, he was already on.
This is the guy that,
He said he was He was just putting.
he told me he's working.
No, he said he's not working. I told him to correct it, so that's good. Judge, so you want her back next week for the results, right?
Yeah. I guess what I'll do, I'll apprise her for everything. When we start to get it out.
Okay.
Okay. Miss Robinson Frazier,
Yes, good morning.
you are wanted out of the state of Arkansas, Benton County for forgery and second degree and theft of property. Are you asking for a bond, Shreya?
Yes.
Okay. Your lawyer is asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. I've never met you before.
Yes, sir.
I don't know anything about you. The only way I really get to know you is what state tells me about, perhaps a little bit of facts if they know anything, criminal history, and then we can decide.
Yes, sir. I got you.
So he's asked me to turn off the live stream for a bit. I'm going to do that now. And then
Is a possibility that in many, many different words.
That's your. Lives with her mommy and dad. Her parents and her sibling and
how old is she? How old?
21.
21.
No criminal history from what I see.
That's true.
Have are they okay with the bond set?
No, they were requesting no bond in many, many different words. So I don't want to belabor the point, but in many, many different words, they were stressing and requesting the court for no bond. And so I don't want to belabor it, but.
It's a 2B or was it?
This is a 2B, but this is over a year investigation.
Well, because sometimes it takes a long time to get.
That's
records,
true.
I mean, I don't want to, unless you tell me that there's something where she's like evaded for a year or she's done something to,
And I stress on them is that while I'll be pursuing no bond, I told them there is a possibility that the court would grant a bond. But that being said, because of the Arkansas stance regarding this defendant's ability to divert and manipulate funds, is that they're requesting a no bond. So the possibility again, because she has an ability to obviously cash she's not supposed to.
I mean, it's a non-violent offense. Jails are packed to the gills. I'm okay giving her the opportunity, but I want you to understand that we don't play games. If we set you a bond, just please take a seat. We'll help you
Yeah,
out.
my mother's on the way here. I was trying to get your attention. And so that's why I was trying to get your attention.
Oh, I didn't know her family was here.
Who are you?
I'm Charlie Jones. I spoke with the sheriff this morning in regards to this case.
No, let's not talk about the case. Just
No, no.
who are you in relation to her?
I'm Charlie Jones. I'm a precinct sheriff, 392. And we have been working on this case this morning with the sheriff as well as calling Benton County. I don't want to say why I'm saying what I'm saying, y'all, but we love.
Are you a father? Are you related? Or
Go to
you?
church.
Huh? You go to church together. Well, that's nice.
So are you like,
Yeah, that's why I wanted to speak with you before you finish talking to the judge or the table will come up.
I can stand down, Judge.
Judge, it looks like she has
I don't think
community
that-
support.
That's nice. Yeah,
I go to church.
you don't get that much.
So, yes, I'll touch base with him. I've got mother's number.
I'm okay setting a bond, like I said, because it's not, there's a lot worse things in life, and the amount in controversy is not like it's.
It's more the mechanism, but I understand.
I get it. So, what do you think as far as an amount? Bueller.
About 2,000, Judge. That's more.
I mean, I'm standing on, again, it's just visibility.
I know. I mean, I
That's a
know.
lot
I
of
get
skin
you.
in the game for 2,100.
Understand that if I set you a bond, we give you 2 weeks from the date of your release to turn yourself in. You have to do it. I don't care who is in here in your life and telling you to do this. Don't listen to the jailhouse lawyers. Don't listen to anybody else. You have to turn yourself in. I'm not going to do this again. So if I set you a bond now, which I'm going to, because I told you I will, time that you release, 2 weeks to turn yourself in. Don't wait till the last day, because I don't care what gets in your way. Because like Murphy's Law, what can happen will happen. I don't care if you get a flat tire, abducted by aliens, none of that matters. If you don't do it, I will revoke this bond. I'm going to set it at 0. And this time I will hold you until Arkansas comes and gets you. Do you understand?
And this is one where they've noted is that, because I discussed with them the possibility of the court setting a bond, is that they're going to pursue a parallel governor's warrant anyway in the event that she does not return and she gets apprehended again. So they feel very strong about.
So basically what he's trying to say is that if for some reason you don't go back and that we rearrest you, they're going to get a governor's warrant, meaning a warrant it takes 90 days to get, and you will sit here waiting for that. And then at that point, remand you back to Arkansas. So it takes a long, long time. So that's why we're giving you the opportunity now to go do it. Just do the right thing. That's all we're asking you to do. Okay? Okay, Shreya, you want 2,000? Done. All right?
Yes, Judge.
Good luck. Anna. Hi. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I'm approaching on Neil White. And Judge, he's been carried like since Monday, the 24th. That's when he appeared on your docket initially for a new charge for the bond violation report, which is filed, and also a motion to revoke and raise. But he was still incarcerated on Monday, Judge, Monday morning.
He's right here now, right?
He's here now.
Okay.
But
Come up, Mr. White.
Mr. White.
We're on bond for an assault of a family member.
Yes, sir.
Since 2023.
Yes, sir.
In 2025, in February, you pick up a terroristic threat.
Yes, sir.
And now you've picked up another assault of a family member and a violation for protective order. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On May 16th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to an apartment for a family assault. Officer met with the complaining witness. The complaining witness had physical injuries on her face, including bruising on her eye and swelling on her head. The complaining witness went over to the defendant's house. Defendant grabbed the complaining witness by the arms and threw her into a table and chairs. Defendant began to punch the complaining witness multiple times in the stomach and slap her in the face. Complaining witness attempted to leave. The defendant followed her through the apartment complex. The defendant currently has a protective order for terrorist threat, which bars contact between the complainant and the defendant.
Is that the violation of protective order?
Yeah, it's a felony, VPO.
Your Honor, may I be heard? Your Honor, the complaining witness shows up at my client's apartment. He lives there by himself. She shows up like at 5 a.m. in the morning. My client did not assault her in any way. Actually, the complaining witness broke his phone, and my client left the apartment so he wouldn't have to deal with her because she wouldn't go away. But at no time, Your Honor, did he assault her. I did get to check out the videos, Your Honor, where the officers are interviewing the complaining witness. She alleges that he punched her in the abdomen. She is in absolutely no distress, Your Honor, when she's talking to the responding deputies. If he had punched her in the abdomen, Your Honor, I can really say that she probably would be doubled over and would want to go to the hospital. The EMS did check her out, it appears, but she refused transport to the hospital. I couldn't tell from the body worn cam video, Judge. It wasn't close up enough, but I couldn't tell. I couldn't see any bruises it's like I said, she was not in distress whatsoever. She is the one who really went to his apartment. He did not go. He did not violate the protective order. And
The violation of protective order is a felony offense anyways, so.
yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. I understand. I understand.
So I just
And-
have, an assault, a terroristic threat, and now another assault.
Right.
So which assault is he alleging that's the?
Right, Judge.
Right.
Yes, Judge. And she's filed or the state has filed a terroristic threat on her behalf, a charge on her behalf. If she was so terrified of him, Judge, why is she popping up at his
I don't know
apartment?
that that's actually true. Who's saying, he's just telling that to you? I mean, how do we know that's really true?
Well, she's there, Judge. Those are the apartments that are shown on the body worn cam video. It's his residence.
Is she actually on video at his apartment? Have you
They're
seen
outside
it?
of the apartment. They're outside on FM 1960. That is not her residence. The protective order has got a totally different address where he is prohibited from
Tell me, Sebastian.
going.
Okay, well, the VPO is not based on an address restriction, it's based on the assault of a protected person. And as far as the representations that defense has made today, we have no way of verifying any of that to be true. I disagree with the assertion that she shows no visible injuries. Her face does appear to be swollen with some red markings. Number three, the allegation that she's over at the house don't disqualify her as being a protected individual, and VPO is for an assault, not for a residency restriction. And at the end of the day, all those are fact issues. And what we're left with right now is the fact that in 2023, with a separate victim, he has an AFM, bond forfeits, then we have a terroristic threat with someone else, and now he picks up a separate AFM. And we can talk about how she's back all the time, but I think that ignores, first of all, the realities of domestic violence situations. And second of all, this isn't just one person that he's having multiple problems with. These are two separate people. So the state is going to stand on its motion to revoke and raise bail and is going to ask for 20,000 on all three cases.
Your Honor, may I respond? The complaining witness has not, has recanted to these March 16th, to the current charges, to the newer charges.
Which alleged victim is recanting, the first or the second?
The terroristic threat complaining witness, Your Honor. And the other assault family member case, Judge, the complaining witness is currently incarcerated. But
So which one's in jail?
The oldest one is in jail.
When?
And
Or
I'm not sure, actually. I have a colleague who spoke to her. I forgot exactly which is in for. She is in jail. As far as her recanting, I mean, that's,
is she in jail for something against him?
no, I don't think so.
And also, Judge, the complaining witness, the one that the protective order is on behalf of, she has not given a rip on the terroristic threat case, Judge. So something's not right. She doesn't want to.
Problem is
Tell the truth.
he keeps picking up cases. Eh, Stuff keeps happening to him. It's just, I mean, I fall down and I pick up a new case.
Yes, Judge, and I did want
Are we
to-
supposed to just let him go because he's picked up now a felony? You
I
know?
just wanted to relate to you, Your Honor, that my client does not have funds. He paid he paid to get out with his income tax return, Your Honor. He paid to get out on these two new charges. He paid to get his car because he was not arrested at the scene, but he was arrested thereafter while he was driving. They impounded his car. He paid to get his car out. And he paid because to get a new phone or get his phone repaired because complaining witness broke his phone on the date of the alleged incident. And I'm asking the court to leave his bond as is, or in the alternative, Judge, maybe he can borrow some. He's got $250 left from the income tax return. And if you could leave it, or $5,000, he could possibly do that, but not 20. He was in jail for an entire week, Your Honor, when he was arrested for this offense, for these new offenses.
Pick up new cases. That's what happens. I have not asked you to do anything but be safe in my community. You're now working your fourth case. No, I don't want you to say anything. The only thing is that you continue to pick up new cases, and I can't just let you keep doing that without some kind of consequence. No, there has to be consequence to behavior, and the bill comes due. You can't continue to pick up new cases and expect good results. So I'm now going to revoke your bond. It goes with you. I can't. I have to show you that we mean business. Otherwise, we have no teeth. You know, what we say means nothing. I'm going to tell you now that I'm entering an order for protection in all these cases. And if you violate this, I can have a hearing to hold you at zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect my city at all cost. If this person comes to you, you don't open the door. If they call you, you don't open the door. Or I'm sorry, you don't answer the phone. If they email you, you don't reply. But at some point, we have to say when. Now's that time. It goes with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not going to set it that high. I think that high is obtuse, and that's just, you know, mean-spirited to go that high. But
Judge, this is 2 years worth of history here. Two different people.
That's why they set the felony bond at 30,000. But I mean,
You know, you gave the first victim 10 stitches in the head.
10 stitches in the head.
I read that, Judge.
Tell me about the second one. What happened with the second one?
The second one is this one, and then you want to
All right. How bad are we talking injuries on the second?
Judge, it's swelling and then bruising in the head.
All right, so I'm gonna do 10,002 on the first one, 5,000, so 10,003 on the first assault, 5,003 on the terroristic threat, and then I'll leave the second one as is. The new one as is.
Thank you, Judge.
No, then it has, no, I need a new one on, do we need to file a new one?
For the original.
Okay, can you, Sebastian, file a new order for protection on the old case so we can have him sign it? On the
Yes, do you want it
2023?
on the two victims or just on the?
No, on both, yeah. Wait, the terroristic threat, it's the first or the second? It's the
No,
second, right?
The second victim is the three new cases.
Just said 10,00003 on the AFM.
On the first ASM, and then 5,003 on the terroristic threat.
And you're moving this one, oh,
No, no, no.
5,000.
On the terroristic threat.
Okay.
Buenos días.
All right, so that's why I couldn't be a judge. Steve had a good point there. That's not part of this case. If it's me, yeah, I'm going to be mean spirited. I'm going to pile up all of them and just say, hey, look, you know, you're just going to be stuck for a while. These judges they're a lot more cool-headed than I am. They're a lot more reasonable than I am, and so they tend to play by the rules, and we got to appreciate that. That guy giving someone 10 stitches and then doing it again, I don't know that you can fix that, and so I don't know. That's it for tonight, guys. It was Sunday night. We're going to get out of here. We do have, yep, that was it. I actually cut one of the videos short because it was dragging on a little bit. I enjoy the boring ones, but I try not to bring too many of the boring ones to the show. So, all right. We will see you tomorrow morning it is Sunday. So tomorrow morning we'll actually have Judge Fleischer. So tune in around 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, or whenever he turns it on. So here we go.
No, I'm totally fine. Like, love it, love it, love it. Can I ask why? I'm totally not angry. I'm not angry! Oh, right, like.
Or he left without signing his mower.
Oh, yes.
Please.